Where the actual hell have I been? Hello everybody! Hello! I want to touch on a few things today. Sorry about my absence, but there is a pretty good reason. What the hell, really? Recently, the video editing software that I use got an update, and it's a pretty bad update. It really kind of trashed the whole thing. It's no longer working correctly, and I can't get like 15 seconds up the road without it breaking down. It's constantly resetting itself and booting me out. Bloody hell, really? What a dick. It's constantly resetting my projects. More times than not, you shorten a video, clip a video, cut a section out, make a small change. It says that there is a new save of your video and it needs to reload it. You reload it and it doesn't keep what you just changed. So that's actually put quite a damper on working with my video editing software, and it's become quite a problem. And it actually leads me into the next part of my video. The problem that it creates is that it can become so stressful and so overwhelming to constantly be kicked out of my own projects. All these things stack up to one brutal shutdown or a complete and total meltdown. In my last video, the Halloween video, I cut out a part of it that I honestly probably shouldn't have, because I think that it is kind of important to talk about. It isn't often that people with AuDHD have videos of themselves having a meltdown. I know a lot of us try to hide that, and I know that I try to hide that. It's a kind of serious thing. I don't particularly want people to see. I can feel embarrassed or upset or all sorts of things about having a meltdown. Well, during the filming of my Halloween diaper cover episode, I actually managed to film myself having a meltdown. Now, I'm not going to show the full meltdown. I'm just going to show the part leading up to the meltdown that I cut out. I cut it from the original video, and thinking back on it, I was like, is that the right thing to do? Yes, it is. And then, no, it's not. And yes, it is. And no, it's not. And yes, it is. And no, it's not. So I've decided, instead of going back and re-editing the video and re-uploading it, I'm just going to upload a new video that has that footage and just kind of go over it. Of course, I will not be showing the actual meltdown, and I will not be showing the aftermath of the meltdown, but I am going to show the part leading up to the meltdown and what eventually triggered it. Before I go any further, I'd like to say that I'm uploading this video of myself on my own accord for information purposes and for learning purposes as well, because this is a part of AuDHD that I don't usually show people. It's very behind the scenes for me. Alright, so this video is about a 1.5-minute clip that I've taken right before the meltdown happened. I've got it sped up to about 10 times speed. You can see that I've actually put the crochet down to pick up a fidget. Now, I oftentimes have a stress ball with me or a small fidget with me while I'm crocheting, just in case my hands get tired and I can give a wee little squeeze or something to relax my fingers. And yeah, but this is kind of a little different. You can see I'm kind of stretching my fingers, but I really laid into my fidget. So it's kind of a bit of a sign that I put down a special interest to fidget, or I put down another fidget to fidget with something else. And again, I've got it going at like 10 times its speed because this is actually quite lengthy. Also, you'll notice that I'm kind of vibrating, but I'm about to slow down. See, I'm not actually vibrating, I'm rocking back and forth. I rock a lot. I bounce my legs a lot, I bounce my knee a lot. I tap a lot. I crack my knuckles constantly. But rocking like this, especially while I'm doing a special interest, is usually a sign that things aren't really okay. I'm back at it. Sorry, as my cell phone's alarm just went off, letting me know that it's time for me to start thinking about food. I have to set alarms on my cell phone to remind me to eat because I default to not eating food. So I've gone back to crocheting. As you can see, I'm actually still rocking back and forth. This is kind of important. I slowed it down a wee bit so that everyone can take a wee look. I'm really fidgeting with my hands a lot here. This is nervous and overwhelm just happening all at once. It's a sign that I'm upset. You can't see, but you'll see that my hands keep leaving the screen, keep going out of frame. And actually what I'm doing is picking at my lip. I have a tendency to, when I get really irritated, when I get really anxious, or I'm getting really upset, I pick at my lip, especially in a time of overwhelm. So what you're actually seeing is me fidgeting with my hands, cracking my knuckles, and picking at my upper lip. And this is all self-soothing, stimming behavior. And again, I've gone back to a stim because at this point, I'm freaking out and I really should have just stopped. And this is right where the meltdown happens. I'm going to stop her here. That's where we're gonna bring it to an end. I slowed it down for everybody so that everyone can see what triggered the actual meltdown. And again, I do everything that I can to hide shutdowns and meltdowns from other people. I usually excuse myself to my room. It's very difficult to hide or put off having a meltdown. Those things are not easy to put off. And again, this is not something that I normally show people. This is not a side of me that I normally put out for people to see. I am very clearly agitated. And to be honest with you, my memory of having a meltdown is a bit patchy, so I'm not entirely sure what agitated me. It could have been something I was listening to. If you notice, there's a small black cord around Chucky Finster's head, and that's actually my headphones. It's going to an MP3 player, so I'm listening to music. It could be that my headphones were crackling. It could have been that I was smelling something that was off-putting. It could have been that maybe something was not feeling well in my hands, like my hands maybe got dried. I don't really recall. All I remember is that this happened, and this is what set it off. I went to grab the diaper cover, and as you can see, I grabbed the nappy underneath it as well. This is actually a very important part of my creative process when I'm doing these nappy covers. When whatever my stencil is, be it a nappy or a hat or another scarf or whatever it is that I'm using as a silhouette, I don't like it to move because it throws off kind of where I'm lining everything up, you know? It's kind of like when I'm crocheting something like this, it's almost like I'm tracing. So if you've ever tried to trace a picture and then you've gotten really far into the tracing and then you've accidentally moved the picture underneath and now nothing is lining up, it can be very upsetting, very overwhelming. But this is the part where this caused a meltdown. The problem was that I moved my stencil accidentally when I meant to just pick up the nappy cover. I picked up the diaper underneath as well. And just that started the meltdown. Like, after that, what happened next, the reason I paused right there is because what happened next was teeth and tears. I don't really like to openly admit it, but when I'm having a meltdown, I do bite things. I've never bitten a person. I've never, you know, hurt anybody, grabbed anyone, pushed anyone. I do sometimes bite. And in this particular instance, I'll describe what happens next. Right after that, my hand came very quickly toward the camera. I knocked it over. I started pulling lines out of my project and biting the yarn, and then I bit the hook, and then the hook kind of hurt my mouth because I bit my tongue when I bit the hook, and then I threw the hook, and I stormed out of the room. Somewhere in all of it, I managed to knock over my laundry, I managed to slam a drawer and break it, and I managed to slam my bedroom door. And then I stormed off and went outside and wandered into the woods for a wee bit. And then I cooled off and I came back, but was nervous about going back to my room because I didn't really know how much damage I had caused to my project. I remember yanking lines out of it Luckily, I only yanked out like 2.5 lines, so it wasn't a big deal. But in my brain, I just remember pulling at it, biting at it. I thought that I trashed the yarn. I was very upset. I came back. I took some time to cry it out. But yeah, this is a bit of having AuDHD that I don't share with people, that I keep quiet about and that I keep out of the public eye. And the reason that I'm sharing it is because this particular channel is meant for people to know a little bit more about me as a streamer and a little bit more behind the scenes, how my life really is, my different hobbies. It's not just video game content. This is kind of more of a place where I am kind of openly letting people see, like, hey, this is me behind the stream. That's why I felt like it was kind of important to put this up here. That, and not a lot of people get to firsthand witness what an AuDHD meltdown kind of looks like. You know, I do apologize if seeing the lead up to that was stressful or upsetting to anybody. But it's just part of having AuDHD, and I thought that was important to share. Alright everyone, well thank you guys so much for watching my video. Again, I'm really sorry that my videos have kind of stopped, but I'm currently searching for a new video editor. My old video editor is just gone to shite. If you know which one it is, then you know. Then you're dealing with it as well. This one alone is taking me forever just to get out. So, alright everyone, well thank you for walking through that one with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys again, hopefully soon, but I'm not entirely sure because of the video editing problem. Anyway everyone, thank you so much, and I'll catch you next time. Cheery bye!